Let us begin our guided meditation by doing a little ritual. So, wherever you are seated, you can also follow the same kind of ritual by lighting a lamp or a candle, maybe some incense sticks. And if you have some flowers, it's good to have some flowers in front of you. At the beginning of our guided meditation, you may wonder why we do any kind of ritual. We all do ritual to some extent as a way of preparing ourselves for an activity. And by lighting a lamp, we think that that divine light that lights all things will be awakened and enlightened and lit in our hearts and may illumine our minds. In the most ancient days, there was fire and smoke that carried fragrant offerings into the forest, things which sanctified the environment. We light an incense stick to do the same kind of thing. So we begin our guided meditation by preparing our minds and our bodies to align ourselves with the infinite invisible, to tune our attention into the glory of the divine self. In order to do this, we have to cleanse our minds of all our activities. We do this not by blocking them out, but allowing all the events to gather, as it were, in the mental field and scatter. For this period of time, they are no longer relevant, nor are they useful. Instead, let us just sit, allowing ourselves to be blessed, allowing ourselves to be saturated with divine bliss. And by ourselves, we start off with the first tangible feeling that we have of our individuality, namely the body itself. Let us re-register this body as a housing made from food. And during this guided meditation, we'll contemplate this body made from food and the vital energy that drives it and gives it some transmuting power where food is transmuted and transformed into organic cells, life itself. You contemplate that subtle area of ourselves which remains undefined, the mind itself, and that sharp decision maker called the intellect. But for the time being, this totality sits in the presence of that divine source of life and light and love. It is our origin. It sustains us. It is that into which we move. Let us tangibly feel this presence. We can at any given moment press the thumb in on certain parts of the body and feel the pulse, the rhythm of the blood circulating throughout the body. And where does this pulse come from? It comes from a pump called the heart. And this heart, infused with life, where does this come from? It comes from the great investor who invests life energy in you. With a sense of wonder and thankfulness and adoration, we cleanse body and mind with our mantra. If you have not got a mantra, then we use the sound symbol Om. We will do it 3 times, but after that, you can continue yourself repeating this. Om. Om. Continue the resonance of this original sound symbol, this vibration of creation. Let us feel how it vibrates and reverberates throughout the whole of the universe. And to all intents and purposes, this body is the universe, this self is the universe, around is the universe. But the universe is much vaster than that. Let us send this blessing throughout the whole world, comprising 3 worlds: this world, the world beyond, and what is in between. Your mantra is the sound embodiment of the reality in you. Let us use it to invite the divine presence into our minds so that we can align our minds with the source of all mental movements, deep within us. Let us be aware of the expression of this Om as all the vibrations in the body, consisting of the capacity to hear, the capacity to feel, capacity to see, the capacity to taste, and the capacity to smell. That principle that sits within you is the eye of the eye, the ear of the ear. It is behind all of the organs and behind the mind itself. Let us observe this mental field, visualize how waves of impressions are coming and going in picture form. Let us simply observe them come and go. Whatever comes and goes as a kind of flow in time. I, that one who doesn't change, am observing them. Let us take the instrument of attention. Let us concentrate the mind. The body itself and all around is made from matter. What is matter but simply food? Food comprising material that is consumed and a consumer. Let us take as an example fire. Fire consumes or eats fuel. That fuel has as its effect or its product smoke, ash. It gets transformed into something else. The food is the fuel. The fire is the eater. Everywhere throughout our witnessed existence, we see this transformation continuously. This play of food and the eater. Or we can say mass or matter and energy. In a vast cosmic dance, this is happening. We call it birth and life and death. And even when food is put into the body, an inner fire consumes it. And the furnace of that fire keeps the body at constant temperature. Because that principle that we are all seeking deep within us, That is the being that does it. Its light is that by which we see. Its vital energy is a vortex, tarrying a while for a moment from the universal storehouse of energy. And no matter how far away we look, it is the same energy. And food and energy combined serve a more subtle purpose. Because as we are contemplating these things and mentally folding our palms in adoration to matter and energy, as all of this is happening along with radiation and heat, we know that the mind is absorbing all of this and experiencing it. And the subtle part of the food is being taken off as thought and feelings with no boundaries or borders. Let us feel this inner mind that is a field occupied by so many different things and yet controlled by a sharp, deciding executive faculty called the intellect. But we are made in the image and likeness of the Supreme, and that intelligence is being used. Let us pray that we make the right decisions or channel the energy in the right directions that give us a purity and clarity of understanding. And behind all of this is a vast area of bliss. So that when these names and forms are gone, and when the senses such as the eyes and the ears set, as it were, like the sun setting, a peace and bliss descends on us. And in this state of bliss, we can feel that peace that passes all understanding. The inner observer who watches all of these things, housed as it were within the body. And that is the same observer whose body is the universe. And while from our point of view we may see galaxies spinning, these are just like corpuscles in a body. Now we can tune our attention into this cosmic mind that appears like the sun, yet more radiant than the sun, in the depth of the inner cave of the heart. This is the source of all our being. Let us sink down deeply into this. For this is the self. This is the infinite. This is the knower, the witness, This is the pure thinker. This is I. And it is glorious. Let us feel how this reflects intelligence and bliss and existence. Itself is existent. It is pure consciousness. It is knowledge. It is infinity. Let us dwell in this, our true nature. And surrounding this and manifested from it is that area of pure bliss. And from this pure creative potential comes a universal, all-knowing mind. That is the origin, sustentation, and dissolution of all beings. That is the Lord of the universe, creating of people, places, and events, shining like the sun, blessing all, manifesting itself everywhere, manifesting itself as the world of trees and flowers, the earth, as well as the stars, as well as the vastness of space. This is the Lord of the universe, and we are sitting in its company. His mind, his presence is in the mind which is his sitting room, where he sits enthroned. In the body, his palace. And he made from pure love. Always blessing, never misusing the energy, always in a state of freedom, always in a state of bliss. Let us feel that we are filled with this glory completely. Let us feel this glory in all the observed parts, all the different fractures that seem to be split up with the help of space and time. And after this meditation, may we not be deluded. May we see all these fragments of the eyes and the ears and the smell and the touch and the taste as simply colorful variations of this one Lord. May that Lord bestow its peace on all, making sure that all beings are happy and peaceful and content, giving us the possibility of understanding and enlightenment.